Do you want to be a CEO like Steve Jobs? Or maybe Steve Wozniak? Well, for that, you would be happy to know the secret of Steve Jobs. He is famous for his designs. But the question arises, by using the Steve Jobs principle in your day-to-day life can help transform it. In this video, we're going to teach you how to use design and innovation to change your life, the Steve Jobs style. The same techniques that made Apple famous also work great on every aspect of your life. Make something decadent and delightful. People will. Steve Jobs' design principles were so good that he could design a tablet without ever having seen one. Steve Jobs had a ton of super smart design principles for creating things, and today I want to share them with you guys. All the ones he invented and the ones he did not. If you want to know secret eye-opening techniques of how the greats like Steve Jobs changed their life for the better, watch this. When a team of Apple's best product designers met with Steve Jobs to present their design for what eventually became the iDVD, a now defunct application that allowed users to burn music, movies, and digital photo files stored on their computers onto a physical DVD. They expected their boss to be wowed. It was a beautiful, clean design, and while it had several features and functions, they were proud of how they had streamlined the original version of the product, which had required a 1,000-page user manual. But as the team soon learned, Jobs had something else in mind. He walked to the whiteboard and drew a triangle. Then he said, "Here's a new application. It's got one window. You drag your video into the window. Then you click the button that says burn. That's it. That's what we are going to make." For entrepreneurs, simplicity is the king. We strive to design products that are simple to use, services that are simple to access, websites and apps that are simple to navigate, and so on. When it comes to the end product or customer experience, we have elevated simplicity in an art form. So why is so much of what we do on a daily basis still riddled with so much complexity? We've become so accustomed to the complexity of all the processes in our lives, we barely even notice it. Worse, we unwittingly create it. Faced with what should be simple problems, we seek out more complex solutions to address them. Then, frustrated by the complexity of those solutions, we look for new ways to make that complex problem easy again. As this vicious cycle continues, we add layer upon layer of complexity. This is especially true when trying to scale an organization, which inevitably leads to an expansion of complexity everywhere. Processes grow cumbersome, coordination on and across teams takes more time and effort. Work that used to be simple suddenly becomes maddeningly, unnecessarily complicated. But once we remove the unnecessary layers of complexity, the priority tasks that once seemed so overwhelmingly hard suddenly feels doable. This is true for virtually everything, from designing, influencer, visionary entrepreneurs, and creative genius. Steve Jobs made an incredible and unprecedented impact on the world. Known as the face of Apple and the maker of iconic products from the Apple Mac to the iPhone, Steve Jobs redefined key consumer industries. With a net worth of over $1 million when he was just 23 years old to an estimated value of $10.2 billion when he died, Steve Jobs got to his position through hard work, perfectionism, and his 5 core design principles that shaped his success and ensured his visions came to life. Let's talk about these 5 principles. Simplicity. Simplicity is no secret that the best products and services are the ones that are easy to use. Steve Jobs lived by the belief that you have to make everything obvious. Intuition plays a huge part in some of the most successful designs from Steve Jobs. His principle of simplicity is to base designs on principles that people already understand. A key example of this is the use of physical gestures. By focusing on simplicity with design, you can achieve not only usability but sophistication too. Second point, maximize the steps not taken. Too often, we try to simplify our processes by simplifying the individual steps. But what if we simply remove them instead? Unnecessary steps are just that, unnecessary. Eliminating them allows you to channel all your energy toward getting the important project done. In about every realm, completion is infinitely better than superfluous steps that don't add value. One of the 12 principles of the Agile Manifesto states, simplicity, the art of maximizing the amount of work not done, is essential. By this, they mean that the goal is to create value for the customer. And if this can be done with less code and fewer features, that is exactly what ought to be done. While this refers to the process of software development, we can adapt it to any everyday process. Regardless of what your ultimate goal is, remember, The simplest steps are the ones you don't take. Next point, minimalism. With an interest in Zen philosophy, Steve Jobs made sure minimalism was at the heart of every design. He was known to ask the team to take away all the noise and focus on the core need of the product. With his perfectionism, Steve Jobs was known to be ruthless with designs, stripping down products until they had just the fundamental elements needed. While it is easy to add elements to designs, sometimes the most success comes from removing everything that is a distraction. It is essential to make sure the principle is maintained and isn't lost through a complication. So the next time you're doing something, remember the point minimalism. Fourth point, and one of the most famous point, sell dreams, not products. To Steve Jobs, people who buy Apple products are not consumers. They are people with hopes, dreams, and ambitions. He builds products to help people achieve their dreams. He once said, "Some people think you've got to be crazy to buy a Mac, but in that craziness, we see genius." How do you see your customers? Help them unleash their inner genius and you'll win over their hearts and minds. At last, lose the bells and whistles. In a tiny but pivotal moment in IBM's legendary turnaround, then CEO Lou Gerstner invited Nick Donofrio, one of his executive leaders, to speak at a state of the company meeting. At that time, the standard format for any important IBM presentation involved overhead projectors and graphics on transparencies that IBMers called foils. As Lou recalls, Nick was on his second foil when I stepped to the table and as politely as I could in front of his team, switched off the projector. After a long moment of awkward silence, I simply said, "Let's just talk about your business." That's what the goal for most presentation is supposed to be, to just talk about your business. So the next time you have to create a pitch deck, present sales figures, or give a progress report, resist the temptation to add extra bells and whistles. They aren't just distraction for you, they're also distraction for your audience. That's why when I do presentations, I use 6 slides with fewer than 10 words total. You have already eliminated the unnecessary features in your product itself. Now do the same for your processes, your presentations, and everything else. I hope you remember these points and these points prove to be helpful for you in the future. Meanwhile, thank you for watching the video. Like, share, subscribe. Meet you next time.